Longhorn Nation, what's up? It's your boy BJ with Bad Talks. I'm back. I usually like to do videos on Wednesdays, but yesterday I got tied up. As soon as I got off, I went and caught some fish. So got tied up with some stuff. So I think today what we're going to do is I told you I wanted to break down the schedule and go one by one, game by game, and pick if I think Texas is going to win or if I think Texas is going to lose and why. Now, granted, we're only 5 practices in. So we don't know starters. We don't know any of that. I'm basing this off of last year, the bowl game, spring practice, what we're reading, what I'm hearing. So it's all probably irrelevant, but it's a good conversation to have. I just want to see what people think. I want to see if you agree or not disagree. What they have in the coaches poll. If you saw it, Texas ranked number 19 in the country right now. I think that's a pretty good start for Texas. I don't like when they put them up 9, 10 because we have not proven that. But I don't like being out of the top 25 either. It's real hard to work your way up, um, especially if you slip up early on. If you're out of the top, if you're 18, 19 like we are, um, we can move our way up to the top. If you lose, you fall out of the top 25, just kind of where it's at. But I agree with the 19 in the coaches poll. And then at the end of this, we'll talk a little bit about players. I want to touch on some stuff I've been watching, some interviews and stuff Orange Blood's been doing with Jordan Whittington and Casey Thompson, Hudson Card, and all these guys. So I'll touch on that a little bit. I'll make it pretty quick. Like I said, less than 30 minutes, and then we'll keep this thing rolling. So, all right, season's what, 24 days away. Louisiana Lafayette comes into Austin, Texas. I think they were ranked 22, 23, something like that, a little bit below Texas. But they got a lot of returning guys back. We know it's going to be a good football team. Those of you that listen to me, it's not a whole lot of you yet, but some of you do listen. It's hard for me to say Louisiana Lafayette's going to be a tough game when they come in. I mean, it is what it is. They recruit okay. They got a good football coach, but their players and their recruits are nowhere near the University of Texas. In my opinion only, if Texas struggles in this game and wins by 3 or wins by 6, um, I'm gonna have a problem with that. I feel like Texas should go in and win this ball game. I feel like Texas should go in and win handily. Am I saying 3 touchdowns? No, but it needs to be double digits. It needs to be 10 points. We need to make a statement. Come right out the gates. Under Tom Herman, Texas didn't do that. Texas didn't come out the gates. We failed 2 years in a row to Maryland, quite an embarrassment, and I think it kind of set the tone for the season. So I think Texas needs to come out swinging, all gas, no brakes, and that's how they need to come out. If you're going to preach all gas, no brakes, that's what you need to do. And what I'm looking for in this opener is it going to be somewhat sloppy? Probably to start. I mean, let's just keep it real. But I'm looking to see in-game adjustments. I'm looking to see how our quarterbacks handle things or quarterback handles things, how the O-line is, the defense, if we tackle better. I think Texas is getting better at that. So this week 1, September 4th against Louisiana Lafayette, a lot of eyes are going to be on Texas. And Texas got to go in and get it done. They have to. They can't struggle. They can't look sloppy. Recruiting is okay right now, but we've lost a good DB to Texas A&M. We've lost guys O-lineman Oregon. We haven't closed on some good players in the state, and how we do that is win football games. All this selling, we're Texas stuff, that ain't working no more, man. With this NIL stuff, other schools are doing better than Texas in the NIL stuff right now. We got guys that are signing to Orange Bloods. I mean, it's cool to see the interviews, but I mean, that's not national. Nobody sees that. I really think it all recruiting for next year just is going to start September 4th. You got to put the proof in the pudding, man. You got to start winning football games handily again, like Mac Brown used to do, blowing boys out. Me and my buddy talk about this all the time. When Texas was good, it wouldn't matter if we're going to win this week. It was what's the margin going to be? How bad are we going to beat these guys that we're playing? Even if it was Oklahoma, there's a little more. This is OU, but you felt like you could whoop anybody. Vince Young and those guys did at times. Colt McCoy, they did at times. But since then, it's just everything seems like every game is on the edge of my seat, and I don't like it. Uh, my buddy that's going to listen to this, he'll laugh because I like close football games, but I'm over that, man. If you listen to Rook, I'm over it. I want to start blowing people out. I want to be able to start checking out at third quarter and just kind of coasting in watching the game. I don't like this edge of my seat, but I think Texas wins week 1 against Louisiana Lafayette, and I hope we come and put on a show. Week 2, Texas versus Arkansas at Arkansas. Um, Another one I think Texas wins, so we're starting off 2-0. I think this one will be a little bit closer. We're going into SEC country. It's going to be loud. It's going to be crazy in there. And Arkansas, I don't think their win-loss column showed what type of football team they really are from last year. They got some guys back. They're a solid little football team, but they haven't lost, or A&M hasn't lost to them yet in the SEC, I don't think. We can't come out the gate and lose these guys, or we'll never hear the end of it, especially going into the SEC possibly next year or the year after that or whenever we're going to go. Can't lose in Arkansas. And I don't think we do. I think we get our feet under us a little bit better in week 2 and come out and beat Arkansas in a closer game, more like a 7 to 10 digit game, or a 7-point to 10-point game, excuse me. Third week, September 18th, Texas and Rice. Rice comes to Texas, or comes to Austin, and I mean that's an easy one. I think you need to 55-13 or something like that. I need we to put all gas, no brakes on Rice and go and make us 3-0. And then Big 12 play starts with Texas Tech coming into town the following week on September 25th. And Texas Tech's always a tricky one. They had us beat last year. I mean, they were up 13 with 3 minutes left, or 15 with 3 minutes left, and we scored and got the onside kick, scored, got the 2-point conversion, and then beat them in overtime. We scored first, and then stopped them, won their series to win last year. Texas in Lubbock, so I know it crushed them out there, which I love. But Texas, I think, wins against Texas Tech. I think they have to win against Texas Tech. And I see Texas starting at 4-0. I really do. And I think Texas beats them by 10, 13 points. Will it be high scoring? Probably. It'll probably be a 43-30 game, something like that. The following week, October 2nd, Texas goes to TCU. Now, we all know Texas is known to drop one through the season they shouldn't drop, especially in Big 12 play. And this could be the one. But I have Texas winning this game. Now, TCU's going to be good. Their defense is going to be good. Got a good running back, quarterbacks, an upperclassman, so he's going to be good. But I think Texas can go in and get it done. We got so much talent. That's the thing, man. Like, we have all these top 10 recruits, top 5 recruits, recruiting classes on this team. There's no reason why we can't come in and win a football game in Fort Worth at that. So you're hearing it now. Going into October 9th, the Red River rivalry against Oklahoma. Texas will be 5-0, ranked number 11 in the country, I'm guessing. Oklahoma will probably be ranked 2, between 2 and 4 in the country. They'll be undefeated as well. And then we'll have the Red River rivalry. All right, Texas 5-0. I got Texas losing a close one to Oklahoma again. All right, I think what Riley and Grinch and those guys got going on over in Oklahoma, I think they win this one. It's going to be close. They're not going to blow Texas out. Texas is not going to blow them out. Either way it wins, it's whoever wins is going to be a close one. But I'm going to pick OU on this one. It's hard for me to see Texas go 6-0. So right now I got us 5-1 with losing to Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. See me looking outside. People keep driving on my cul-de-sac. It's weird. Anyway, so 5-1 going into October 16th. Oklahoma State comes into Austin. I think Texas handles business again. Oklahoma State will be good, not as good. Their quarterback gives up too many turnovers. They don't have Wallace anymore. They don't have Chuba Hubbard anymore. They have some big-time guys gone. I think Texas gets it done. Moving on to 6-1 against Oklahoma State. Following week is tricky, too. Texas goes to Baylor. You may say, why? Baylor? They're not very good. Baylor's got a darn good defense. Baylor's going to be good this year. Offense don't know much about, but their defense is going to be solid. They got a defensive line that, you know, could be in the top 1 or 2, maybe 3 in the Big 12. They got a good defense. So this is tricky. But I have Texas pulling it out to get in the W. Now what I got is 7-1. Some of you are like, what in the world? Kool-Aid are you drinking over there, BJ? I'm drinking that orange Kool-Aid. I really am. But I see us at 7-1. And then the following November 6th, going up to Ames, Iowa, and playing Iowa State with all the upperclassmen and seniors and juniors that they have back at Iowa State. Probably going to be a night game. Um, if it's a day game, I can see Texas squeaking this one out. But if it's a night, and it's probably going to be a night game, I'm going to pick, this is the game that Texas drops in the Big 12, other than Oklahoma. I got Iowa State beating Texas. Close by field goal or something like that. But I got Iowa State beating Texas. That hurts my heart because there's no reason and why they should beat Texas. But they did it last year, and Texas could have won that game easily at the end. But we had Turtle Tom, and that's what happens when you give up and take your foot off the gas. So again, I got Texas losing to Iowa State. The following week is November 13th. Kansas comes to town. Texas will blow Kansas out. It won't be a close one like it was before under Turtle Tom. Texas will blow Kansas out. And then the week after that is Texas goes to West Virginia. Now this game it's rowdy at West Virginia, but I see Texas winning that game. Texas just has more talent. Texas has better coaches. I think Texas goes in and handles business against West Virginia. Then the following week is Kansas State, the last Big 12 game of the year. And I got Texas winning at Kansas State. Not very good. They're always tough, but they're not going to beat Texas. But so I got Texas 10-2 regular season losses to Oklahoma and Iowa State. You say, I mean, that's easy to do. You know they're going to lose those. They're probably going to slip up one another. I got 10-2, worst case 9-3. Texas can win all these, and Texas could slip up 2 more times. Who knows? I don't even know who the starting quarterback is. I'm just guessing on the talent that I see Texas has, the coaches we have now, upperclassmen we have now. I mean, how many seniors we got at DBs now? We got a room full of linebackers. We got the top 1, 2, and 3 running backs in the country as a room, one of the top rooms in the country. So much talent out at wide receiver with Worthy and Moore and Whittington and all these guys, man. Washington, I like Washington a lot. These guys got so much potential. Tight ends, Jadavion Sanders, 5-star coming out of high school, and then Wiley, and I mean these guys, good tight ends. And the D line is one of the strong points of the team, if not the strong point. I think the running back room is, but there's some arguments on these other podcasts that the defensive line is the strong point of the team. So we have talent everywhere. Depth is somewhat of an issue probably in some areas, especially the offensive line. And with the offensive line, people are saying they don't expect them to be very good, but I don't get it. These guys have been in the program 4 years. Some we got super seniors on the offensive line. They've been playing together 2, 3, 4 years. Why not? Other than Jake Majors is a young guy. Why not, though? Why can't they come in and win and be good on the offensive line and win the battles up front? We got the best O-line in the coach in the country, and Flood. One of the best offensive minds in the country with Steve Sarkisian, one of the best defensive coordinators in PK at defense. Why can Texas not go 10-2, 12-0, 11-1? I don't want to hear 9-3. I don't want none of that. I'm tired of that stuff. And I don't want 10 wins to be a goal either. I just think that's trying to keep it realistic. So that's my input on the win-loss column for Texas in 2021 and 22 season. Go down the comment, make a comment, let me know what you think about it. You don't have to discuss it. You can just put what record you think they're going to be. You don't have to tell me what win or loss. Unless you want to go through all of them, you can. But I think they're 10-2. And moving on from that, just real quick before I wrap this up, I just want to make a quick short video. I've been watching Orange Bloods, and they've been interviewing Jordan Whittington and Jake Majors, and I think it was Inside Texas or one of just a regular press conference, but it was Casey Thompson and Hudson Card and and these guys. And I've been a huge Hudson Card fan. I'm a president of the fan club. I get it. After listening to Casey Thompson, the kid won me over. The way he spoke about himself, the way he spoke about his team, the way he talked about how he prepared for the games, how he talked about how he prepared for practice. During the summer, he called meetings and film studies with the players. He's a vocal leader. Um, I like his swagger. Like I like this. I like Casey Thompson. If he can get the job done, I'm sold. I mean, I like Hudson Card too. I like his attributes and his ability to do things and get the ball downfield and put it on a dime, throw darts. That's what he does. He can scramble and throw darts. That's what he does. But Casey can do the same thing. Reading some of the stuff about practices, I guess they've struggled yesterday in full pads, the quarterbacks, that is, and talked about their reading defense is pretty slower than what Steve Sarkisian wants. And but at least Hudson Card was throwing dimes. So that dude was throwing darts out there. Um, but so he can throw the football, but there's more to a quarterback than just stand back there and throw a football or scramble and run the football. We need a savvy guy back there. We need a guy that brings effort every play, a guy that studies, a guy that drowns himself in the offense. And I think Casey Thompson is that guy the way they talk. We already know Bijan is going to be real back there. We already know that. The running back room is nasty. I love the running back room. But touching on some of those interviews, I mean, it was cool to watch some of them. Jordan Whittington I liked, but every one of them, Catch or Anwar would ask, well, who's standing out in practice? And every one of them said Worthy. Flash Worthy. That dude's standing out as a true freshman from California. So I'm excited to see the kid. They say Josh Moore put on 12 pounds. He needed some weight. Jordan Whittington looks like a beast and a monster out there. Just fast, rocked up, catching everything, so fluid. So I'm excited for the running back room. I mean, the wide receiver core. So we'll see. But yeah, I wanted to end it with the Casey Thompson, man. He won me over. He won me over the way he spoke, the way he talked. It wasn't a whole lot of player coach talk like Sam used to do and Herman used to do. He was just being real. You know, he's being real. Like, hey, we're in a competition. I don't know what's going to happen, so all I can do is bring it every play, every down, and that's what I do. Stay after practice, do whatever we got to do. I really enjoy listening to that guy. But all right, man, I'm going to get off here. It's only 18 minutes. I didn't want to make a long video. I just wanted to go through our schedule this year, talk a little bit about those interviews and Casey Thompson. The season is up on us, boys and girls. The season is up on us. Look me up on Twitter at Brian Jalomo, BrianJalomo. You'll see bad talks. I like to tweet about every day. Share this on YouTube. Share it on your Facebook. Share it on your Twitter. If you like it, hit like. Please hit like. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. It's cool. Leave me a comment. Subscribe, fellas. Subscribe. I'm almost to 100, but look, I want to get to 500, man. Then we'll go from there. Subscribe. If you see this, if you don't like me, subscribe. You don't have to leave the bell on to where you get notified every time I get on. Just help your boy out. I'm young in this game. There's a lot of guys out there that do this, and they're really good at what they do. But I want to get in the mix. I want to start talking to some of these guys, but it's hard to get a hold of them. I've reached out, but nobody ever responds, which I really don't get. If I get somebody reaches out to me, I'm gonna message you back. I don't care who you are. We're gonna talk about it. I may say no, but we're gonna talk about it. But anyway, all right, Longhorn Nation, peace. Till next time.